it too late to do an October TBR? No, it's fine. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Artrice if you're new here, and today we are in front of my bookshelf, which means we're doing something book related. And today I want to do an October TBR. So for October, of course, I want to do all of the spooky books, all of the scary horrors. That's what I want to do, all of the thrillers. I know I just read a thriller, When No One Is Watching, by Alyssa Cole in September, towards the end of September, but I want more. It's October, like, hello, we need to get into it. I will also be hopefully participating in my first readathon. I don't know if I'm gonna do more than one, but Black-O-Weenathon is happening. You can look it up on Twitter. I'll have a link down below for you guys, and a YouTube video, because I think she may have done an announcement video for it also. I believe it's all of October. She has different prompts and she has a bingo card. So for October, I have a couple of books that have been on my TBR for a long time that I would like to read. So I have Pretty Girls on here for my October TBR by Karen Slaughter. This will be my first Karen Slaughter. She is infamous for scary, horror, gory, tragic, horrible, nightmare type of reads, and I'm excited to get into it. I have been a little anxious because I'm scared. People hype this up, and I believe some in the comments even said it's like torture porn, but I do want to read that, hopefully. Then I would like to read A Middle Game by Shannon McGuire. I believe it's Shannon, and that is highly praised. I heard about it from Books and Lala on YouTube, and I love their books, the Wayward Children series. I love that series by them, so I'm gonna go ahead and give Middle Game a try. I also have Daughters of Miri by Rini K. Amayo. This is the Return of the Earth Mother series. It's a fantasy series. One of the prompts for Black-O-Weenathon is to read a Black fantasy, so I'm gonna read that. I don't really know what it's about. I think it has to do with Nigerian folklore. The cover is beautiful. Hopefully editing Artrice put pictures of all the books up here. The cover is beautiful, so I'm excited. I also have I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid, and I want to read this one because it's a movie on Netflix, I believe now, and I really want to watch it. So I want to read the book first because I usually like books better than the movie. So I want to make sure I read that. The next book on my TBR is Pen Pal by Dathan Arbach. That sounds right. I did already read Pen Pal and I gave it 2.5 stars. It is a creepypasta Reddit turned novel. And if you don't know about Reddit No Sleep, it is where people tell horror stories and they pass it off like it's a true story that happened to them. So you're reading about a main character who doesn't even have a name because it's hinted that the main character is Dathan Arbach. So you're reading about him, looking back over his life and piecing things together that happened to him when he was 5 to 15, I believe. And he really draws you in. The beginning of this book is so creepy and scary and spooky. I loved everything about it. Like, it really draws you in. There were a couple times where I was like, hold on, wait, and I had to put it down. But he is very, 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 very descriptive. And I want to say that he took up like a whole page explaining 2 little boys playing rock, paper, scissors. I just felt like that wasn't necessary. Also, some of the dialogue from when the boys were 5 and 6 years old was a little bit unbelievable. Even some of the activities that they were doing was unbelievable. Like, I just couldn't believe that a 5 and 6 year old would be creating rafts and exploring deep in the woods and making maps and No. Also, I couldn't believe that their parents would just let them do that. Anyways, I had issues with the book, and I had a lot more questions when I finished it than when I started. But that's neither here nor there. If you're into horror, you may like it. If you like Reddit, you may like it. The next book on my TBR is The Suicide House by Charlie Donlea. I don't know what this is about. It came out this year. I saw another booktuber talking about it on her channel, and it's like a horror school novel type of thing, dark academia. Something is happening, somebody is killing a bunch of students, and I heard it's really gory, and I'm here for it, so let's do it. The next book on my TBR is One by One by Ruth Ware. I'm reading this for the Literally Dead book club by Books and Lala on YouTube. Me and Ruth Ware, we have a picky relationship because I really enjoyed Turn of the Key, but I think I read her book, The Death of Mrs. Westaway. I hated it. I hated it. It was so boring. It was so boring. But so far, I'm actually currently reading One by One by her, and so far I'm liking it. It's interesting. Just started it. We're following two different perspectives, but it kind of involves like a social media aspect to it. I'm also getting And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie vibes from this book because it's following a group of coworkers who are going to this ski resort place to team build, I'm assuming, but there's some type of mystery involved and some type of buyout betrayal possibly happening involving the company. The characters that we're following is Liz, who used to work for the company. The company is called Snoopy's, and Liz used to work for them, and I guess she was mistreated, she was invisible, she wasn't invited places, she was an afterthought, and for some reason she left the company, but she's here at the resort with them. But she says that she's not a coworker, so we're not really sure why she's there. But the other characters in the story, the other coworkers, the other founders of Snoopy, treat her like, they still treat her like an afterthought, but now it's kind of like they know that there's going to be repercussions. It's almost like they're like afraid now of the consequences that Liz may bestow on them. I don't know what kind of power or control she has over the company. So that's what's happening. I think I'm only on chapter like 14 or something. So the next book I have on my TBR for October is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I don't know anything about this book at all. But one of the prompts for Black Oweenathon is to read a book about a Black witch, I believe. That's one of the prompts. I don't want to really read what this is about. I kind of want to go into it blind. I did see a comment. Somebody said, Handmaid's Tale meets Salem. That sounds really cool. I was a fan of Handmaid's Tale until it got mad irritated and I had to turn it off. That sounds cool. I'm with it. I'm into witches. So I don't want to read what's about. I just kind of want to be surprised, go into it blind. Hopefully it rocks my world. We'll see. The last book for now that I have on my TBR is The Institute by Stephen King. Why did I hold it up like that? Yes. Also, can I just say, I love how his name is bigger than the title of the book. Anyways, this is my first Stephen King book ever. I've never read any of his books. And I want to read one of them, you know? A couple of them. I don't know. Some of them I'm not particularly interested in, like Pet Sematary. I'm not particularly interested in reading. You're welcome to try to change my mind. Misery, I am kind of interested in reading, possibly. Needful Things, I would also like to read. We'll see. But yeah, so I saw this in the store a while ago, actually. I picked this up a while ago, like probably towards the beginning of this year. And it's really intimidating. This book is 557 pages. It is a little bit longer than Illuminae. And Illuminae, there's some creative pages in there that aren't necessarily all words, or some of them look like text messages, so it's really quick to read. This is just like text. 500 and some pages of text. And honestly, 500 pages is not bad. This is not his longest book. I really just need to read this. I also think I heard that this may become a movie, but of course I want to read the book before I watch the movie, so I need to get on this. Let's see, what is this about? I think it's about some kids who go missing and they show up at this place called the Institute, and these kids have powers apparently, like telekinesis, etc. And the Institute is doing research on them, experiments on them, trying to figure out what's going on. And I believe there is different levels to the Institute. There's a back half that kids disappear to, and I don't think they come back. So the main character, whose name is Luke Ellis, I believe, is trying to escape from the Institute because he's scared more and more kids are disappearing to the back half, and apparently nobody ever escapes the Institute. So I'm interested to read this book. Hopefully, I do also have the audiobook for it, so when I'm doing things around the house, I can still be reading it, listening to it, so that I can get it done, hopefully. I know this is a very, what's the word? Ambitious TBR. So when I do my October wrap up, it'll be interesting to see what books I read and what books I didn't read. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know about any other readathons happening that you guys may be participating in. Let me know if you guys are going to participate in Black-O-Ween-a-thon. Let me know what books you guys are reading, and if you made it this far into the video, leave me the jack-o'-lantern emoji. And until next time, y'all, peace and love.